So I just saw Thunderbolts, another Marvel film for the year. I will say, despite the general fatigue everyone has with Marvel films as of late, it was okay. I actually enjoyed it a little bit more than Brave New World. It actually had a decent mix of heart and a little bit of emotion into it. It's hard to ignore the fact that people will probably call it Marvel doing a Suicide Squad, but it's okay. For a recent Marvel film, it's not absolute garbage, although I do have a pretty high tolerance for garbage in films. I mean, I considered not even seeing this one, but since I'm fairly caught up with all the Marvel films, I'm a bit of a completionist, so I generally have a mild desire to actually see everything since I'm already this deep into it. Actually, I might have missed Echo, but I am looking forward to Fantastic Four as well. Can't satisfy everyone though, but the fact that they're on Phase 5. I say this as a person who's seen all the Fast and Furious films, all the Star Wars, all the Mission Impossibles. I am a completionist in suffering. Overall, it's fine. I do love how Lewis Pullman is casted as Bob, which the last time I seen him was Top Gun Maverick, whose name was also Bob. And Miss Dreyfus, who plays Dee Fontaine, or however her name is pronounced, a charismatic pain in the ass, and she carries that character very well. I don't know, in the lead up to seeing this movie, I did see some comments about how they put a little too much emotional soul bearing in between some scenes, but I feel like it gave the characters a little bit room to breathe. Because the movie definitely was a bit more mindfuckery, Doctor Strange level of psychological stuff in it, not just superhero action and political intrigue. Definitely felt like it had a bit more emotional depth. I mean, the plot is still a Marvel plot. There's only so much you can do with a plot like that. We'll see where they go from there, though. I think they got, 2 more films this year, Marvel-related? Can I have a half chow mein, half fried rice, orange chicken, and chicken teriyaki? I also genuinely enjoyed some of the scenes of camaraderie that they had, that despite being entirely flawed and traumatized people, they still found a way to get along. It does get a little soft and mushy, but it didn't feel too overbearing. But Florence Pugh definitely carries a Black Widow slowly being able to come to terms with her feelings and emotions from the brainwashing. I loved her so much in the Black Widow movie. I definitely hoped to see more of her and her character. And this film provides more room for her. And I'm pretty sure she's under contract to do even more films, so we will be seeing more of her. But this new anti-hero team, I don't know how much further they can carry with it. But Marvel's been going for 20 years now, or a little less. Some people would argue that they still have room to fail, or they have already failed. Maybe they still got room to grow. I just know Disney's just going to keep cranking money into it until the cows come home, or the heat death of the universe. Got some fun stuff today. Got a new Robinson XCR and a freshly plated CZ. It's similar to my other plated CZ, electroless nickel infused with Teflon. This stuff is great. Expensive though. So I bore sighted this in the yard the other day. Just gonna set this here for now. Nothing too serious with this. I'm just gonna confirm 0. Got a use for this old bag. So it's about 150 feet, which is 50 yards. I guess this is where fire extinguishers go to die. And stuffed toys. 7, 8, 9. That's almost 10 fire extinguishers. I guess that's what you get with a free range. Graffiti and trash. Oh God, I think they killed Baby Yoda. Sorry, buddy. I think Andor got you beat. Measuring tape's old-fashioned, but I'll have to do. So I'm gonna base my 0 off of this 77 grain stuff from the AAC. Then I'll let it rip with some FNJ. So I tested my original bore sight on the steel target. Looks like I need to move it over and up. Even though I don't properly marksman shoot, I kind of wish I had a spotting scope so I can see that easier. I do have a 8 power vortex scope, so almost got it centered. Need to get the elevation up a bit more. Gonna do 3 round strings instead of 5 because I neglected to bring enough boxes. Let's try that. Same string of 3. It's high to the right now. I'm only doing 50-yard strings because that should be good enough for most situations. I'm not expecting to do some mountaintop fighting, especially with a 9.5-inch barrel for 5.56. But the 77 grain probably do good. All right, so this is my first 3, and that was my next 3. This was my last 3, and I refuse to believe that I hit all of them in the same hole. So I'm pretty sure this is good enough for now until that's a good interim 0. I will accept that until I come back out here with more 77 grain ammo. Now I'm gonna burn some normal FMJ through it. See how fun that is. I can feel that gas still. I got one more mag for this thing. Let's run it bare. This is gonna suck. Ooh. I love how I clearly didn't torque this enough. Thankfully it didn't come flying off. I did bring this along though. Alright, for shits and giggles, let's try this without the blast shield. This shouldn't be as bad as that 4-port brake. Still rattles your teeth, but not as bad. It's time for the new CZ. I just got this back from the shop a week or 2 ago. So the irons are lining up okay, and it is functioning pretty well. Alright, so keeping it brief today, because I actually didn't bring a lot of ammo with me, or as much as I usually do. This is actually a brief trip. It didn't stay out as long as I normally do. I do have a dentist appointment. I really only had 2 main goals for the day, which was to confirm the 0 on my Robinson XCR and the irons on my CZ. I shipped out that CZ to get plated back in, I think, February. And I put new irons on it. So I wanted to confirm that A, it works, and B, the irons are decent before I started adding it to my rotation.
How have you been, Ron?
Same old.
Living your best life out there?
Doing the grind.
Oh, same day, every day, right?
Can I have a classic smash, no pickles or lettuce? I swear if I get copyright strike for that. Garbage food for the soul. You too. You too. So, it's Memorial Day weekend, and you know what that means. Oh. Damn magnet mount. Since it's the weekend, that means movies. What's there to say? It's Mission Impossible. They still try to crank the risk and intensity. Like, seriously, Tom Cruise is literally unkillable. It's about a 3-hour movie, which I was kind of worried about it was going to drag, but at the beginning, the pacing was pretty fast. It kind of slowed down and kind of got into more focused moments towards the middle and end. Although it definitely feels like the recent late-stage Marvel movies and the Fast and the Furious, where if you don't really have a good memory or have experienced the previous media, you might miss out. Although at least with the Fast and the Furious and Mission Impossible, there isn't like a shit ton of TV shows and comic books and other things going on for you to have to get reference to. So I guess there's that. All the practical effects were pretty good. Of course, I mean, it was produced by Tom Cruise as well. Although, even if you missed a little bit of it, they kind of dumped a bit of flashback and exposition between the scenes. He's supposedly retired, but last time I heard in an interview, Tom Cruise had the same sentiment about it as Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford was supposed to be retired, but he still did one more Indiana Jones. And honestly, the Dial of Destiny was not bad at all. Compared to Crystal Skull.
Thank you.
You too.